Hey everybody, and welcome back here to Season 4 of our Weymouth series. Today we are kicking off the season in the cup competition that no one cares about. Yes, the Carabao Cup. We are taking on Millwall, who are probably a championship side. They are in the first round, our very first competitive game of the season. Got tons of stuff to go over. So let's start off with transfers. We will start off with players that have joined the club. Right now there have only been 4 new arrivals, but expect that to change next episode. So we'll start off with 2 young players that joined us right after the end of last season, starting off with Ozzy Robinson. He is a 17-year-old central midfielder that we picked up on a free from Brighton. Looks to be a very high potential player. Probably won't see too much of him this season. And then same thing with Jake Schofield. He is a 18-year-old center back that we picked up on a free transfer from Tottenham. So there are those 2. Next up we have some more first team ready players, starting off with Elliot Whitehouse, a 28-year-old midfielder who last played for Grimsby. He immediately slots into our first team, looks to have some very, very decent attributes for this level. Starting to see a lot of yellows in our players now, which is great to see. He is an experienced player, which we kind of lack in our team, so it is great to have Elliot on the team. If we look at his career stats, you can see he has spent a lot of time in League 1, League 2, and a few years down in the National League. And then next up is Diaz Wright, another central midfielder. Diaz is 24 years old, and we picked him up after he was released by Colchester. He will be challenging for a first team spot. He will start on the bench for us today, but again, another good player that has game time under his belt already and has some decent attributes as well. Here is a quick look at his career stats. He's been a Colchester player his whole entire career, but has been sent out on loan and only made 1 appearance for Colchester in League 2. Game experience coming in non-league action. So we'll look to see how Diaz gets on with us. We have a load of players that are no longer with the club. And we're going to start off with Matt Carter. Matt was a vital part of our team for many, many years. He made 133 appearances, getting 6 goals along the way. Joined us while we were still in the National League South. Joined us in the very first season. And the first season was his best with the club when he played in that defensive midfield role. And then we moved him up into the box-to-box midfield role. Still very, very prominent in the team last season, but his contract expired and just felt like it was time to get some new players in. Hopefully Matt continues to have a great career and gets picked up by someone. He can certainly do a job for a National League team. And then next up is Dylan Duncan, who made 85 appearances, getting 11 goals for us in his 2 years at the club. In those 85 appearances, he did have 11 goals, played 42 games for us last season, primarily off the bench, but he did get quite a few starts as well, and was very, very good for us. Same thing as Matt, his contract expired, and just felt like we could get better players in. So we released Dylan, and he's still a young player and has some fairly good potential. Hopefully he gets picked up as well. Then next up is Jamie Bradley Green. More of a backup player, but he did get 41 appearances and he got a goal for the club. And it does look like he is currently wanted by a club, Boreham Wood. He would be a good pickup for them. He has good enough attributes for non-league teams, and Boreham are taking a look at him now. Then we have Ollie Harfield, who had 88 appearances for the club. He got 2 goals and has already been picked up by Ebbsfleet. He was once a starter for the club, but last season found himself on the bench with the arrival of Jack Sr. He definitely could hold his own in the National League, but again, there are better options out there, so it was better to let him move on so we could bring someone else in. Good luck to Ollie at Ebbsfleet. Other notable players would probably be Dean Tamplin. He did make 25 appearances for the club. Didn't appear for the team at all last season, but that first season we were in the National League, he had quite a few appearances. Angus Dixon, 7 appearances. He was a youth product from us. John Neal, no. David Clark, 21 appearances. Another youth product from us. 21 appearances during that first season in the National League. And that is the players that have left the club. You can see that we let go a number of youth players as well. No reason to keep them on the payroll. So let's go over here to our schedule view. You can see it was a fairly good preseason. We kicked it off with a 4-0 victory against Dorchester. Then it was a disappointing 3-0 defeat against Bristol. They are a championship team, but to give up 3 second half goals is a bit disappointing. Then it was a fantastic 1-0 victory over Leicester. Leicester are a championship side as well. They spent last season there, finished in the playoff positions, but did not gain promotion. So their second year in the championship. Then we took on Bristol Rovers under 23s. Got a 3-1 victory over them. Then a 3-1 defeat against Southampton, who are a Premier League side. Again, giving up 3 second half goals. We actually held the lead for quite a while, but couldn't hold on. Then the final preseason game was a 4-0 victory over Clapton. So we're going to be taking on Millwall in the Carabao Cup here. We are at home at the Bob Lucas Stadium. And here is a look at our team. As mentioned, Whitehouse is in the starting lineup. Montiero is out injured, not quite ready to come back. Cameron Archer missed all of preseason except 45 minutes of the last preseason game. So he is not looking too fit out there. Same thing with Whitehouse. Only appeared in our last preseason game. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on today. Don't really have a strong bench out there today. You can see we have a lot of players in on trial that we are looking at. So let's go ahead and get this game underway against Millwall, playing a very similar formation as us. Alright, the teams are out. We're underway. Can we pull off an upset against championship side Millwall? Hopefully we can. That would really give us a big boost going into the season. James Clark does pick up a yellow card in the first half. Free kick for the Terras. Donovan Daniels, come on. He gets it in there for the first goal of the season for the Terras, and it gives us a big 1-0 lead over Millwall. Great delivery in by Deshane Dalling there. Now, Elliot Whitehouse picks up a yellow card as well, quickly followed behind Dowling. Come on, let's keep our heads together, guys. Don't want to have any silly sending offs. This is dangerous, but Miles Roberts is there to save the day. And yes, we have Miles Roberts on loan again for this season. And it's a corner to the Terrors right before halftime. What a great time that would have been to get the second goal. Now we're getting counterattacked. This is dangerous, and it's a goal for Millwall. How disappointing is that? Hit on the counterattack after our corner. Very, very disappointing there. And that was not even a great shot either. Disappointing. Very happy with the performance overall, but honestly, I'm extremely disappointed that we gave up a goal seconds before halftime. Let's go out there, guys. Stop getting yellow cards, please. James Clark gets there. What was that? Jesus. Not good. 2. Wow. What a stop that was by Miles Roberts. I was just about to say 2-1 Millwall, and Miles Roberts pulls off an incredible save that only kept it 1-1 for a matter of seconds. Ben Thompson gets his second goal of the day, and we're now losing. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Gonna make a substitution. Gonna bring on Alawu for Clark and put Daniels out at right back. James Clark was out all week with food poisoning, so he's not able to make the full 90. We're gonna bring on Diaz right for Whitehouse as well. Give him a bit of a breather. Don't want to have him play a full 90. And we're gonna bring on Ryan Baker for Cameron Archer. Same thing, not ready for a full 90. Doesn't look good for us. That should have been 3 for Millwall, but we got lucky. Can we find a late equalizer? Please? Good interception by Wright. Duke McKenna. Duke McKenna not able to get it in. Didn't really have any other options, so we took on the shot. And that looks like full time. Disappointing that we gave up the goals that we gave up. Not a good debut by Whitehouse either. 6.2 yellow card. Hopefully he can only improve from here on out. So we are knocked out of the Carabao Cup. At least we kept it close. But there it is, guys. That is this episode done. Very first episode of Season 4 with the Terras. And we'll come back next episode against Morecambe to kick off the league campaign. So until next time, it's been your Boyd 147.